Welcome everybody to Guatemala City, the site of the 35th Pan American Racquetball Championships. Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel, Jose Cruz. We're here. We'll have no less than 6 broadcasts today. Gustavo, we have Team Mexico in the round of 16 versus Team Guatemala. Would you introduce the players, please?
Yes, a young Sebastián Hernandez, 20 years old, quite spectacular, came onto the scene in racquetball, 18 years of age, winning junior gold medals, and in the last juniors, which was here in 2022, actually pulled off 3 gold medals in the singles, the doubles, and the mixed competition. Unbelievable talent. Definitely up-and-coming player. Yesterday, he came up against a very challenging Samuel Murray. Obviously, a lot of experience, a lot of gameplay there, but played very well. And on the other side, we have Edwin Galicia, hometown favorite, excellent singles and doubles player. He is the national champion here for Guatemala. We expect to see him. Neither one of these players get very excited about the game, but that's accurate. Just the style of play they have.
Yeah. So we have Daniel Maggi. He is our professional referee. He hails from Buenos Aires in Argentina. Quality player himself. Played many, many years as a junior and an adult player on the Argentinian team. So now he has changed his lifestyle, and he's working for the IRF as an administrator and an official. We have 6 countries represented by our officials. 10 countries in this event, stretching from the North, Canada, all the way down to South American countries of Chile and Argentina. This is day 4, the first day of the Sembrada, the elimination matches. This is the round of 16.
Octavos, como decimos en español, 16 jugadores en la categoría varonil. Se termina este jueves, 3 días de competencia. Hoy se juega octavos, cuarto final, mañana semifinal y el jueves finales.
Y por favor, explica a la gente lo que pasa cuando estamos en quarterfinales. Video streaming.
El VAR, el famoso VAR como usan en el fútbol, se implementa, y eso es una ayuda para el árbitro, obviamente muy importante que las llamadas cantadas, que todos los puntos sean puntos válidos, ver bien los skips. Ese VAR, el sistema VAR ha trabajado muy bien. El sistema en sí es ayuda para el árbitro. Él mismo va y repasa lo que vio, y él puede o afirmar o cambiar su llamada de ese punto. Tiene alguien que lo va a asistir con los ángulos, los videos, etcétera, pero él mismo decide si su llamada queda como fue o si la cambia.
So appeals will be available once we start the quarters, folks. We're about to start this round of 16 singles match. Mexico, Guatemala. IRF rules. The best of 5 sets. Each set 11 points. Win by 2. Rally scoring. Each player is entitled to 1 timeout per game. 60 seconds in length. The break between games, 2 minutes. Want to thank our main sponsors, Gearbox Racquetball, Splathead.com, the Mr. Joe Hall, and Sports Corp out of Colorado Springs. Galicia. Great start, Hernandez.
I was going to comment right away that I think Hernandez is going to come out shooting. He's going to come out moving very quickly. Young, hungry to show what he can do. Galicia takes a little bit longer to get started, but let's see if that holds true to my projection here.
1-0, remember, rally scoring. as you said yesterday when Edwin started off slow, that's his mentality. And then he'll pick it up incrementally as the match goes along. So it's 2-0 in favor of Hernandez from
Both very
Cuauhtemoc, no?
Chihuahua,
Cuauhtemoc in Chihuahua, the state.
el estado de Chihuahua, sí. Both very subdued players in their style of play. Not a lot of yelling. Very calm in their demeanor.
Another errant forehand by Edwin.
That does not surprise me. As I said, I don't know how. That's one of the things, if I was his coach, you should work on, is getting him started early on with points.
It's accurate.
In mind.
And speaking of coaches, he has a new coach, Ernesto Ochoa, who hails from Chihuahua as well. Hernandez has a virtual coach. No formal coaches from Mexico here.
His doubles partner, Rodrigo Montoya, also from Chihuahua.
Ball up. Edwin on the board, Gustavo.
Yeah, he needed that. His games are short. You can't let that score get away from you.
Loose drive serve came off the back. Nonchalant return. Successful by Hernandez. So once again, folks, one must win by 2. Yesterday we had a few overtime games. I think 16-14 was the longest one. Ball short.
Estamos vivos en Facebook y YouTube. International Racquetball Federation.com.
That's impressive. Hernandez signaling to Maggi, the head official, please watch the invasion over here in the safety zone, but he was perfectly legal, comes in and takes the ball waist level and reverses it. Short serve called.
That was textbook.
Those of you newer to the game, the midline, which is called the short line, 20 feet from the back and front walls, the ball must clear it in order to be a legal serve. Break for Hernandez. Front wall, side wall kiss, and it took 2 bounces quickly.
Tried to pass him on the right. Fortunately, caught the corner there, the crack.
Chuca.
La chuca, como dicen los bolivianos.
Another short serve. Success ratio of drive serves has not been very high. Gearbox Black, our official IRF ball. Thank you, Rafael. I want to thank the Pan American Sports Channel, assisting with the broadcast with the IRF networks. Skip ball, unforced error by Hernandez.
No es necesario que esté señalando, el árbitro sabe muy bien que no puede entrar en esa zona de seguridad hasta que la pelota bote. Buen saque, mano derecha. Lo agarró desprevisto. Hernández, punto.
So that drive right, which was an ace, it's going to keep Hernandez honest over here. Ball down. Snap backhand winner into the left corner by Hernandez. Quality player. You mentioned this yesterday. 2 years ago in juniors, he earned not 1, not 2, not 4, but 3 gold medals.
It's impressive. Few players, if any, have accomplished that in one tournament.
Moscoso did it, I believe, last year. Talk about impressive. Player of the year. Moscoso from Sucre in Bolivia. Conrado Jr. Speaking of Sucre, I want to welcome all of our viewers from around the world. Lucha, hope you're watching from Sucre. Our friends, family back home in the States. You said we had a viewer from Spain the other day. That's super. That's called a fly kill, folks. Keeping his eyes on the ball the whole time, tracking it. Hernandez comes up, takes it out of the air, and puts it away into the right corner. That was called a pinch. Right side wall, front wall, 2 bounces quickly.
Staying with the hard serve, Hernandez.
Skip ball. So that was a different twist, and it was successful. That's called a jam serve. Requires the receiver to turn quickly and get that racket in position. And if they wait, they're going to converge into that right side wall.
Jam, la traducción es atascó. La pelota le viene hacia los pies, no puede hacer más que moverse o tocar la pelota con la raqueta.
Thank you for atacó. It's the words of Oscar Bazan, who represented Peru. He helped us out with that terminology yesterday. So we have a timeout. We'll come back in 1 minute. Take it away, Jose.
I played.
We're back live in Guatemala City at the beautiful Polidomo de Racquetball, Centro Deportivo in Guatemala City, the capital of Guatemala. And you're watching men's singles.
No sé si puedo interrumpir, no sé si vieron, pero entró el jugador mexicano sin las gafas, sin los lentes, bajo las reglas. No puede entrar a la cancha, es técnico.
Claro.
Y debería ser menos
sin
punto.
advertencia. You don't get a warning.
Y no es que le tiene que el otro pegar la pelota para que se realice ese cargo. No, es técnico, punto. -1.
So let's discuss that, folks. We have a warning technical whereby one's hands, not literally, are slapped. It's a warning. Don't do it again. A referee technical means -1 point for that person who was the offender. A total of 3 technicals in IRF play disqualifies a player in that match.
But if it's 2 of the tether or the
gafas,
they're
gone.
They're gone. He did not receive a technical.
So he received a warning, did he not? Well,
Ochoa still looking for, coach of Guatemala looking for clarification.
Back at the ranch on the court, 9-5. Hernandez. Avoidable hinder.
Punto.
So the point awarded to the server. It should be game point now, number 1 for Hernandez. First to 11, win by 2. Jam, up top, setup.
No le salió. Ayer hizo eso 2 veces contra Murray y le salió perfecto. Hoy no llegó. Ahora, volviendo a lo del técnico, yo creo que se tiene que marcar como técnico, porque es un ejemplo. No es que el otro le fue a pegar la pelota, pero se tiene que marcar como técnico. Esa es la regla.
Short. Galicia, Guatemala serving. 6-10, game 1. Yeah, he dropped a couple yesterday perfectly. He'd probably be better served just to hit a wide angle left side. Should be a hinder there. Dead ball hinder, folks. If it were second serve, it would revert back to first serve.
You and I always talk about that first step. Boy, you know, Galicia, that first step was quick.
Yeah. Errant forehand attempt into the left corner, reverse. Game point. Game point, Hernandez. We're going to review the last point. Take it away there, Jose.
Servicio Galicia, Guatemala. Buen servicio. Tiro fácil a la esquina. Lo forzó. Error. Piso.
So we'll be back in 2 minutes. You're on the IRF and Pan Am networks. Stay tuned, folks.
My name is Jake Brenbeck, and I play with Gearbox. I personally love a solid frame. I've always loved how Gearbox has felt, and there's no better frame on the market. My mindset in racquetball and in life, because I think sports and life just coincide, they're great representations of each other, is you have to work hard, understand that there are going to be setbacks, but if it's something that you want, there's really no stopping you, and that's kind of how I live. I just go after what I want.
And we're back live. Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel, Jose Cruz. Court Central in Guatemala City for the 35th Pan Am Racquetball Championships. First one was held in 1987 in Caracas, Venezuela. So this is the second game. Hernandez leads 1-0. Gustavo, explain to our audience, please, what that call was earlier with Maggi and desk coordinator Mauro.
Basically, for safety's sake, the players have to be in the court with their high guards on. Tether on the racket. In this case, timeout. Sebastian walked into the court. All was get your eye guards for the deployment. Reading the rules, the call made by the is correct. Players must wear acceptable eyewear during play and during warm-up after being set to the court. Any technical issues or first offense and disqualification. None of that took place there. Basically, the ball was on warm-up.
He was on the court but wasn't warming up.
Exactly. It's like taking your
Good point. Thank you. Clarification from Gustavo. So this is game 2. Galicia, receiver. Puts it away. He has a 2-1 lead. Remember, rally scoring, best of 5, 11 points, win by 2. Saludos, Felipe Supermercado from Cochabamba in Bolivia. So some of you may not know the rule on that. If a ball is what we call a blast, front wall carries to the back wall on a fly and then bounces and carries to the front wall again, having taken only one bounce, a player may strike it. And Edwin did, but Hernandez was all over that. Looked like an ace from our perspective. 3-3. Game 2. Uncontested return. Hernandez, Mexico, serving to Galicia, Guatemala. Up top. Nice, take it off the sobre pique, short hop. Didn't try to do too much with it, Gustavo. Was able to push it into the front right corner for a winner. Kudos to Edwin. Score is quite frankly, there are quite a few players that will not take the ball early like that. They'll let the ball go to the back wall and try to hit a 36, 37-foot offensive shot. There's the jam again. Skip ball. Sometimes these players, in my opinion, I think you'll agree with me, try to do too much. Maybe be a little more conservative, cut down on their unforced errors. We talked about the experience of Murray yesterday playing Hernandez, and it probably came down to the nichos, the subtleties of the game. Too many unforced errors by Hernandez. We'd like to think so, yeah. Ball live. Like that, Edwin took it early, I agree, and put himself in a position to end the rally. He didn't, but that's all you can do. Put yourself in the position to be successful.
And that was the right shot.
Thank you to our empleados here all week long. This is day 4 of 8. We'll be here through Saturday in beautiful Guatemala City. Elimination round, yes. Ball down, near side pinch with that backhand, very controlled. Set his base, didn't try to do too much with it. Earned himself the serve and a point. That's called a Zeta. Didn't get it as deep as he would have liked, Gustavo. Ball caromed off that side wall, not deep enough from Edwin's perspective, and Hernandez put it away. Correct. Hit it from where they came. Great shot. Rally ending forehand down that right wall. Galicia now serving, having earned another point.
6-7.
Yeah, 1 point deficit.
Very quick.
Oh, nice. So when Edwin serves again, it will be a tie score. Double digits on that exchange. A lot of left up shots. Again, trying to do oftentimes too much with a shot.
Having played this morning, the courts warm up very quickly. Already humid. You can see them wiping the floor and the walls.
Put his hand up. He wanted an unfair bounce or court hinder called. He didn't get it. He won't complain now because he won the rally.
Unless it came off.
I think, from my perspective, it was just the spin on the ball. It had nothing to do with a bad bounce or a unfair bounce.
Vamos a repetir esa jugada para que vea el público. Ahí levantó la mano, pero como dijimos, probablemente el efecto del tiro anterior de Galicia, ahí tiene la oportunidad de matarla y no. Piso. Estamos de vuelta en vivo. Hernández ventaja 8 sirviendo 7. Sigue con el mismo servicio fuerte.
Nice. Tom Travers racquetball. Power serve, weak return, put away. Edwin uses his one timeout for this set. We'll have a 1 minute break and come back to the Pan Am and IRF networks. Back live with Gustavo and Jose. This is Gary. We're here in Guatemala City. Gustavo, Hernandez has controlled this match. He won first set. He enjoys a 2 point lead and 2 points from closing set number 2. As you said earlier, a must win for Galicia.
Pretty much from the first game, Hernandez has done the job of controlling but the errors have been unforced on the part of Galicia. And that's what we've seen here in game 2 again. So he's got to be a little more effective with the shot. He's had the opportunities.
Good point. Great serve. So Edwin's saying that was a mojado, a wet ball. Danny Maggi, our head ref, says no. Kudos to the server. Point. Game point number 1 now. 10-7, game 2.
Different than in, I believe it's the USAR. The wet ball play is not allowed in the IRF.
We'll talk about that. Oh, nice. Hernandez closes out the second game, 11-7. When we return in 2 minutes, it'll be 2-0 in his favor. Capsule the first 2 games, Gustavo.
Again, I think the first 2 games won by Hernandez, but a lot of unforced errors that took place Galicia on some shots where he was in the front court. He had control of everything. So that's the big difference. The players are very equally matched. That's where I see, and going now, having to go another 3 games for Galicia is going to be tough. Hernandez is in a very good position. We're going to replay this
replay the last one.
Final point.
Deep court, backhand, combo, side wall, front wall, winner.
Nice.
Impresionante, senor.
Very impressive. Shoulder, splat, left side. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Be careful
My name
when
is
you
Jake
talk.
Brenbeck, and I play with Gearbox. I personally love a solid frame. I've always loved how Gearbox is felt, and there's no better frame on the market. My mindset in racquetball and in life, because I think sports and life just coincide, they're great representations of each other, is you have to work hard, understand that there are going to be setbacks, but if it's something that you want, there's really no stopping you, and that's kind of how I live. I just go after what I want.
And we're back live. Guatemala City, Gary Mazarov, Gustavo Farel, Jose Cruz. We're about to embark on game 3 here. Hernandez, Mexico leads 2-0. Galicia, Gustavo, needs to amp it up a little bit to stay in this match.
And our friend Felipe Mercado pointed out that Galicia, por su parte, tuvo una importante victoria en su carrera hace 2 años sobre Daniel de la Rosa en el Mundial 2022 en San Luis Potosí. He's a very good player. The glass played a factor there, obviously.
Good start for Edwin.
Uno 0.
Ball down. Both players cat-like movement on the court.
Yeah. Se mueve más Hernández, definitivamente. El primer paso, el primer step, rapidísimo hacia donde tiene que estar. Igual es 1.
Another skip. The theme thus far has been Edwin, too many unforced errors.
In the front court.
Yeah.
By himself.
As you said so eloquently, I should say, he's had his opportunities.
Yes, he has. Dos 1. Pelota corta. Segundo servicio. El ganador acá pasa a los cuartos finales, que viene siendo quarterfinals, que se va a jugar hoy también.
Oh, he wants that one back. No mulligans. A gift, regalo for Edwin coming in to serve. Next up on this championship court, streaming, Michelle Key, USA, Carla Munoz, Chile.
No.
Ball down. And Gustavo, that'll be a revenge match for Michelle, because the last match, that the marathon match last night, the mixed doubles, Chile prevailed. Carla with her partner.
Vamos a ver el último punto. Ahí el tiro de Galicia no pudo llegar. Hernández. Estamos de vuelta en vivo. 3-2. Buen saque.
It's difficult enough to track the ball with the pace and the location, and then put the glass along with that in the equation. Very difficult. That's a jam. Skip ball, another unforced error. Folks, Edwin, the gentleman from Guatemala City, did everything he wanted. Strong serve, weak return, and then didn't cash in.
Didn't cash in. 3 sirviendo 4.
Ball down.
2 botes.
He was right on top. He, being Edwin, was right on top of that drive serve right. Talk about first steps.
A ver si sigue con el mismo saque Galicia. Sí.
Tried to do too much, Hernandez did. Sometimes you just need to take a deep breath and say, hey, let's play the chess game, I'll wait. And that was the difference again between him and Murray yesterday.
Yeah. 3 puntos de ventaja ahora para Galicia.
Call is short serve, fault second serve.
Globo, Nick, al lado izquierdo. Bien por parte de Galicia. Ahí sí que
Both players' parts, we had more conservative play that time, and the last ceiling by Hernandez was a little short. Edwin took advantage of it. Timeout, Mexico.
well called. Timeout. Break the momentum. Parar la inercia que tiene ahora Galicia. La ventaja 4.73. Regresamos con ustedes en 30 segundos.
Back live from Guatemala City, Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel, Jose Cruz. We're here through the day. We'll be streaming no less than 6 matches. Next up, ladies singles, Key, USA versus Munoz, Chile. Meanwhile, this is game 3. Galicia has a 4-point lead. He needs to close this one out to force a game 4.
Would like to say this is probably the first time these players have faced each other. Hernandez has been playing in the juniors his entire career till now.
Yeah.
And Galicia has been out of the juniors for about 10 years.
So you saw both players strike what we call an around the wall ball. One side wall, front wall, the other side wall on a fly, and then it takes its first bounce. Unfortunately for Edwin, the one he struck came up short, and Hernandez put it away.
Maggi needs to call the score and count the 10 seconds and not let Hernandez do all the
Ritual.
ritual he's doing with the ball in the front court.
There's the around the wall ball. Very nice.
Good recovery.
Animated Hernandez. Point scored. Looked like he was out of that point. So it's 5-7. I agree with you on Maggi calling the score quickly. Each player, after the score is called, has 10 seconds to do what they're supposed to do. Initiate the serve and be ready to receive the serve. Should be an avoidable hinder. Nope.
Another observation here on that serve. Hernandez can't back into Galicia, or he could be called on for an avoidable. Galicia has the right to take that.
Absolutely. Good point. Set up back wall. Great feet, anticipation, Hernandez, point scored, converging the lead, Gustavo.
I think here Hernandez is thinking he doesn't want the momentum to switch. La inercia que se vaya con el guatemalteco.
Save some energy. He's going to be playing doubles later today as well. So that's a misdirect. All of us have made a mistake in our lifetime. No harm, no foul. Dead ball hinder replay, first serve.
6-7. Sirviendo Hernandez.
Short serve.
Esta vez el saque al lado derecha de la cancha.
Get out of the way.
Ahí. Yo creo que eso pudiera ser evitable. ¿Estás de acuerdo, Gary?
Sí.
Demasiado, no tiene lugar, no tiene espacio para tirar su tiro.
Claro. So,
vamos a repetir el punto para que se vea esto.
Let's watch the space or lack of it that Hernandez gave Edwin. Now, quite frankly, Gustavo, if Edwin held up, chances are he would have been awarded an avoidable hinder.
Exactly, because even though Hernandez, his head ducked and all that, he's still on the follow-through. He may have hit him, and we're trying to.
And Edwin's hitting a forehand, so the follow-through goes right into the body of Hernandez. I would go away from that serve.
8-6.
If I were his coach, but he doesn't have one here.
That time it was the high lob Z. Nice touch. Lindo toque a la esquina. Hernández entrando a servir. Punto 7-8.
First to 11 wins. Hernandez trying to tie this score up here in the third set. He leads 2-0. Edwin, on the other hand, wants to force game number 4. Great touch. Underhand snap winner along that left side wall. Let's watch that point, folks. Watch the racket control on that rally-ending shot by Hernandez.
Justo en el vidrio.
We'll stay here, Jose. So I want to thank our major sponsors, Gearbox, Sports Corp, Splathead, Pan Am Sports as well, IRF, Luke St. Ange, Keith Calkins, paving the way to where racquetball now is an elite sport on the world stage. We have 10 countries from this hemisphere here in the Pan Ams, Gustavo, and we have 6 countries represented by our officials, 10 officials. Why don't you mention the development of our officiating crew over the last decade?
We've come a long way, and a lot of the referees have been with the IRF for a better part of 10 years, including yourself and I. It's good to see that we've all progressed, we've all learned over the many years and to the many events we've played at. It's not, it's tough to make some calls. You got to know the rules, and I think we're at that point now that most of the officials understand at least the rules. Now, how they're applied is what gets complicated in this fast-moving game.
And things change. We always have to review the rules and have a mindset that interpretations change, the rule book has changed. You and I have been working on changes for the last 6 years, along with our buddies, Raj and Tim and Dean and Marie and Cheryl.
And every time you think you got it, all of it in there, something else pops up. Nice.
Wow. Talk about pressure. Hernandez comes in to serve 9-8, 2 points away, and now Edwin, great return to serve. So we're at par 9, first to 11.
Tiro perfecto, la lateral del lado derecha de la cancha y no llegó a la pared de atrás. Este punto lo tiene que hacer Galicia para tener oportunidad de mandar este partido a el cuarto set.
Oh, Edwin. A couple things there. He could have taken another step or two back and elevated his racket, maybe even get it avoidable because Hernandez was there. No less than opens up more court, and he put it into the floor, unfortunately.
Hernández no se podía mover ahí.
Match point number 1, Gustavo. There it is. Ball kissed off that back glass, took its second bounce. Congratulations to Sebastián Hernandez, 3-0 in his favor. Wrap it up, Gustavo.
Vamos a ver la repetición del último punto. Servicio al lado izquierdo. Ahora el tiro a la esquina derecha. La cancha murió ahí. Y este primer partido se acaba en 3 sets. Avanza Sebastián Hernández de México a la ronda de 8 que se va a jugar también hoy, día. Estamos de vuelta con ustedes en unos 10, 15 minutos para el partido femenil de
Key y Muñoz.
Quarterfinals. En el caso de las mujeres, ronda de 8. Michelle Key, Estados Unidos, Michelle Key y Carla Muñoz, Chile. Nos vemos de vuelta aquí. Gracias, José.